I'm dying. I'm dying, chat. All right, let's try this again without coughing and spluttering down the microphone. Hello, everyone. How are we? And of course, happy Sunday, episode 25, Pariahs. Cheers. Staying dry. I mean, I wish I were Tiger, but I'm melting. I'm melting. It's really warm and muggy over here at the moment. 2 PCs running, and it's just... there's not enough liquid in the universe to satiate my thirst. Oh, man. Hey, Smith, how you doing? How are you? Dealing with a hurricane? Yeah, just a bit of wind. But no, stay safe, mate. Stay safe. That's yeah, certainly a little blustery. Oh, fuck the music. There we go. Oh, what's new in the world then, Smith? Tiger, Sneeze, hello, Callie, hi, I guess. Durs, no worries, mate. We will see you when you're available. Cheers, Lucius. Cheers, mate. It's immortalised on the internet for the rest of time now. All right. Yeah.
Went to bed before midnight and everything.
Hello.
Hello.
Guten Tag.
Greetings.
How are we?
Bunged up.
Yeah. All the bung.
I have a blister on my toe.
Really?
A what? A blister?
A blister. Yeah.
Got to tape up them toesies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued as to how this came about, Jump.
I was wearing some sandals that had a strap in between my big toe and the other toe, and I walked a lot yesterday and it rubbed a blister.
Wow.
Friction.
Yes, friction can sometimes rub you wrong.
It's
Inappropriate footwear.
yep. Do you know what? Bear with me. Just top that up.
I like that I am the reason sometimes that you drink.
Yeah.
Fair.
Cheers.
Jumped just in there. I did
Oh,
this.
that was a strong one. Oh.
I'm beaming with. I'm just proud of myself right now.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Because it worked.
So, here we are again. It's Sunday evening for us UKers and middle of the day for you stateside.
Yes, it is.
Episode 25.
It's quite a century, that is.
It is. It's yeah. It feels like it, especially this campaign.
Almost half a year doing this.
Holy shit.
It's not far off,
She's not wrong.
actually.
She's not wrong.
She's
One
not
more
wrong.
week.
Oh,
That's crazy.
I mean, if you add in the weeks that we actually had to cancel and skip, then yeah.
Well,
Crazy talk.
and we're not even out of the tutorial area yet.
You merely adopted the tutorial.
We want to explore it thoroughly. Touch every inch of it.
We're playing completionist mode.
Sure, I'm down with that. Cypher,
What?
do continue.
Did you what? I wasn't saying anything.
No, but you're about to.
Cock. Right, last week on Pariahs, so Vanya woke up to a new guest in her room, who she dreamt about giving birth to. That was weird.
I tried to forget about that part.
Yeah, you're welcome. I didn't.
I should have went into more detail about it.
Let's see. Damn's drinking again.
Oh, crack and roll, not good. It's no pirate's grog.
But yeah, she briefly met him. It has been decided that she is Desmond's mummy for now. Because why not? Fuck it. Yeah, why not? And then Cypher and Desmond went exploring. We're going to go out back to play on the swing. Turns out Francis beat us to it. Sucks at it. Kissed the floor with his nose. We give Francis a potion. He was like, "Cheers, I'm going for a jog," and fucked off. Left us in charge of the kitchen. Which actually went better than I thought. You know, we collected up the veggies. Desmond, being the stout little person, yeah, picked up the wheelbarrow. Absolute unit of a child thing. Picked up the wheelbarrow full of veggies and carried it in because reasons. And then they made soup, which was salty at first, but then apparently delicious. So I've heard. I don't know if it was delicious. We just sold lots of it. Vanya learned from Garrett that her pass to the Coinfloor district was ready, as well as another one. Biscuit. Yep. What am I saying? Yeah, her pass to the Coinfloor district is ready, as well as another one. So she had to haggle with Garrett about any coins she made there. 20%. No arguments. Okay, cool.
It's still high. I'm not happy about it, but it'll work.
Yeah. And then Cypher went to society, do his morning training. Blah blah blah. He got asked some questions of the coroner. Didn't like the answers. Got the answers from the nurse. May have made a pact with her. Don't worry about it. I can't see this going wrong at all. And then everybody gathered up and we went into the basement. The basement's basement? Basement. And what we found was rats. Lots and lots. And lots and lots and lots and lots of rats.
Yeah, it was a bit of a marathon session, weren't it, to be honest with you?
It was a very long session.
Yeah.
Very, very long session.
Yeah.
But yeah.
A good one, though.
And then we burnt those stinking rats. All of them. Turns out, oil jars on fire, plus a mage that can control flame, plus water on an oil fire is bad for all those involved.
Who'd have thought?
Science. There you go. You learned something new. Don't put water on an oil fire. It's bad. Garrett had an unguarded moment. Mentioned certain someone's name. We don't know who that is or what it's about. And then he sealed up the gaps with his root he got from the botanist in the shape of a beautiful blackthorn bush, tree, shrubbery.
Roots.
Roots.
Lots of roots.
Lots of roots. Yeah.
Big fucking thorns.
Great big fucking thorn. Yeah. It's good and bad, depending on what side you're on, you know. And then Cypher used a piece, well, not his shadow, somebody else's shadow. He took it to cast a protection spell to guard their underground from the undead. Much to our poor vampires' demise. Not demise. She didn't die. She just
No.
didn't like it.
Well, it also, it was a teaching moment for Reza to explain that, she's a baby vampire. Full-grown vampires would have no compunction plowing through that shit.
Yeah, but if full-grown vampires come through there, we got bigger problems.
Bigger problems. Yeah.
And then I think we ended with Cypher fast asleep in Teresa's arms, and them going, yeah, time to go. Our work here is done.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
So, with that, is there anything anyone wishes to bring up or discuss before we get straight into it?
Let's hop in.
All right. In that case, then, we will pick up... Am I going to sneeze? Hang on. No. No, I don't think I am. Okay. We'll pick this up shortly after... in the Baron's Folly. Reza, you...
Same day.
Yeah,
it depends.
it's immediate.
Yeah?
Is it immediately after?
It is indeed immediately after. Or I would say probably about an hour or so after. So by this point, Cypher's more than likely been put to bed.
Yeah, Reza would have carried him upstairs and tucked him in. Like a wee babe.
Wee baby. So with Cypher tucked away, the rest of you now find yourselves back in the usual corner of the Folly, sat around the table, as by this point customers are starting to come in, and the usual quiet surroundings have now turned somewhat rowdy. As you're sat Lyella strolls up to you. The serving girl looks around just to see if anyone's listening, and seeing that everyone's attention's elsewhere, either on their own little conversations or the drink and food being served, she leans down. Is it all sorted down there? My father said that, and well, Francis said that not to head into the basement over the last day or so. And with you all looking a little, she casts a glance around at the party. Tired?
Yes. It's perfectly safe now, dear.
Oh, good. Good. I'm glad. Can I get any of you anything?
Nothing for me, but she gestures to the rest of the people at the table for them to speak for themselves.
I'll take a tea, please.
Ayala slowly nods in response and then looks towards Vanya.
She kind of like puts her fingers on her face, and it's got a little soot from the fire. It's like a wet towel, maybe?
Oh yes, of course. And not food, drink? No, are you okay?
I'm good for now. Thank you.
And then finally, she turns her gaze to the small figure, and her eyes for a moment go wide. Oh, since when did we have a Vanya? Is this? You didn't tell me. Is yours?
Yes, this is my child, Desmond.
Lyella
I just
immediately blanks Vanya and throws her arms around the shoulders of Desmond and almost tries to push him up on the bench to sit next to him.
Desmond's not going to try to fight her, so if she's trying to push him, he'll try to shift over.
Yeah.
But it's also going to be very, like, he doesn't go through any efforts to hide how it would feel for people, so it might be a little bit off.
Lyella, as she scooches and sits on the bench next to Desmond, throws her arms and gives him a little bit of a squeeze. You would recognize the look on her face of, something's not right. But at the same time, Lyella is familiar with the denizens of the Baron's Folly. And so she doesn't seem to raise any question. She just remains sat there with her arms around Desmond as she glances over the table.
Vanya's just a little confused, not certain if, like, this was common practice for everyone's child. Is that how you greet all children?
When was the last time you saw a child in this place? Huh?
Oh, that's a good point.
And he's with you. You are with them, aren't you, Desmond? And Lyella turns to Desmond, gets within 2 or 3 inches of his face.
Yes, I am.
Well then. See?
He's been very helpful, and Cypher quite in love with him. We're very happy to have you with us, Desmond.
Oh yes, it's very
He's
good to be
very-
here.
Go on, man, you sorry.
Oh, he's been a very, very good boy. Very good boy.
Oh well, I'll go and get you the things you requested: tea, wet towel, and Desmond, do you want anything?
I'll have a tea as well.
2 teas, okay. Well, yeah. And as Lyella stands up and begins to make her way back towards the bar, she turns around and mentions, "You all do have a somewhat of a smoky smell about you."
Believe me, the alternative was much worse.
She offers a slight smile and nods before making her way into the kitchen, giving you all a moment to discuss the plans to going forward now, and what you plan to do for the rest of the day.
When
I'm assuming, am I still off? Like, this is like the week that I'm off from my schoolings.
Correct.
yes,
Okay. Go ahead, Kelly.
I forget what I was gonna say. Go for it.
So I guess I'll go. Vanya is going to spend her time, now that she knows that she has her pass into the coin flow and who she is supposed to be with Gertrude Bucket, and is going to. She has decided that Gertrude is going to be a seamstress. So before she wants to head into there, she wants to, make sure that being a seamstress is believable. So she is going to practice mending everyone's clothes and
Okay.
sewing hidden pockets and things like that.
Okay. So, we'll come back to that later. See what everyone else is doing, and then I'll ask you for a few rolls. So basically, just to confirm, then your plan is to basically brush up on this alternative persona of Gertrude Bucket, and try and sew a few extra hidden pockets and things into people's clothes. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. But, and say, at this moment in time, you sat around the table, an hour after the scouring of the tunnels beneath the folly. Is there any closure on that anyone wants to bring forth?
Yes, we'll give it a couple of days to see how the workings that we have done have progressed, and then we'll check to make sure we have no unwelcome guests. And then we can start thinking how we're going to use the extra space.
I have a couple of thoughts.
Excellent. We'll work our way through it and see what we can set up. We might have to bring in Dwen for some heavier lifting and building works, but I'm sure for the right price she'll be discreet.
Quite agree.
Cypher, are you staying KO'd for the rest of the day, or are you just having a little breather?
No, Cypher stays KO'd.
Okay.
Not in his bed where he was put. He does get up, finds, I don't know, like a fucking trunk or a barrel or something small and dark, and crawls into that instead.
Okay.
Bodna's gonna ask Garrett
Yeah, go for it.
something. Garrett, would we want to utilize one of those rooms? Are we still interested in, brewing our own beer, or
I believe Yulian is in the process of doing it as we speak.
okay.
Reza is gonna pull out the book she picked up from down there and see if there's any additional information. She can just kind of flip through it there casually at the table, see if there's anything she could pick up from it.
That's vague as fuck. What are you looking for? Give me something to work with.
Sorry, I'm sorry. My brain is vague as fuck today. She wants to look for and see if there's any additional information about the research that was being done on the city below, similar to the book that Vanya found.
Roll me a investigation check. So just confirm this. Which book is it you're looking through?
I remember she went looking through all the rooms, and there was one book that she found.
Yep.
And so she picked it up to bring it with her, and I'm just...
Okay.
Yeah,
Pretty sure that came out of the dormitories, that one room.
Yeah, it came out of the dormitories. It was a tome. It looks old, and a few of the pages kind of like fell away into dust when she picked it up.
Okay. That's better, see? That's what I want. None of this vague bullshit giving me nothing to work with.
You said
So-
investigation?
Investigation, please, yes.
Alrighty.
15. Okay, so as this conversation between Garrett and Vanya's plodding back and forth, you're just sat off to the side flicking through this, I say flicking, carefully fingering between the pages of this old, dried book. The vast majority of the pages are in a language that you are unable to read. But as you glance through some of the diagrams and some of the drawn annotations, little sketches, a lot of them appear to be that of 15, yeah. You notice a few of the creatures that you have seen before in years gone. And you get the impression that this tome is, again, it has the research notes of potentially creatures from the city below. There are a few maps, but not of an area that you're familiar with. Obviously, putting two and two together, you think it may be the closest passageways from beneath the chambers, from where the Quiet One originally emerged from. A map into the lower, into the city below from there.
Okay, awesome. And she can't read the language. Is she able to kind of identify what the language is?
Roll me a history check. No, it's got a few odd flicks to it that are similar to an elven language of some description, but it's unfamiliar.
So definitely not Sylvan.
Definitely not Sylvan.
Okay.
Not Elvish, not Sylvan.
Cool. Thank you.
Alright. Anything further from anyone?
Reza's gonna finish flipping through the book and then gently kind of slide it across the table over towards Garrett and say, I think this might become important at some point. Perhaps might keep it safe in your desk.
Probably not a bad idea. And speaking of which, if nobody else needs me for the evening, I will retire. I have a machine to fix. Much to think on.
Of course.
With that,
All right.
Garrett departs, leaving Vanya, Desmond, and Reza left.
Reza's gonna wait about an hour and then go upstairs and knock on Garrett's door.
Alright, well, we'll come back to that in a second. Desmond, anything particular that you want to do for the rest of the day?
Well, for a little while, until Vanya gets up on the table, he's gonna stay on the bench, just kind of watch around and make sure that nobody goes up the stairs that doesn't look like they should in the meantime, because he's just trying to make himself useful.
Okay.
So he'll just be doing that. Nothing important to declare.
So as Vanya gets up, she's gonna say, "Well, I am going to go practice my seamstress things, needles, thread. Desmond, I had seen some of your clothes that needs to be patched up, so I'm going to go, do that, and then also kind of think about, my trip into the coin flow. Maybe reach out to some of those that I may know. Hopefully James has identified some of them. Desmond, make sure that you wash up, scrub behind your ears. I know a lot of times children miss cleaning behind their ears and it gets really dirty. And then, don't stay up too late. Don't want you to be a cranky pants in the morning. If you need me to, whenever you come in there, I will tuck you in and read you a story. But I'm off to mend your clothes and to plan my trip.
All right then. I will see you later then.
All right. And off she goes.
So,
All right.
Go on, Desmond, go on.
So the only thing after she said that, he's not gonna go into the room, but he's gonna get his he'll go upstairs to one of the ends of the corridor and sit there and use his Tinker's kit to kind of like go over things and make sure that he's well maintained, because that's his equivalent of cleaning up.
Is there any major issues or anything that occurred during the day, or?
The only thing to speak of was the rats that lunged at him, so he's just gonna check himself over.
Okay.
Make sure that if they tore away at anything, that it's patched up. If make sure that all the joints are well oiled, and it was kind of a grime area, so he's just gonna make sure that all the working parts are good to go.
Okay. So as you're sat in the hallway upstairs, Vanya in her room with the door open, Reza, you obviously make your way towards Garrett's room.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Mind if I have a word, Garrett?
No, not at all. Come in.
And she walks in, shuts the door, sits down in her normal chair, and just kind of rests her elbows on the arms and like steeples her fingers in front of her face and just kind of looks at him. You kind of get the vibe of the body language of a therapist who's about to say, "And how does that make you feel?" That's kind of her posture right now. And she just kind of watches him for a moment, and then she says, "You know, we've all kind of put a lot on you with this venture at the Folly without really asking if you wanted to accept all that responsibility. And you're so adept at looking after all of us. But I don't think we've ever really thought about how is Garrett? How is Garrett doing with all of this? So just wanted to sort of check in."
As one grows older, responsibilities seem to pile higher and higher. Those that are strong enough thrive, and those that can't make the grade fall by the wayside. I've always prided myself on being strong enough to face the burdens. And as for our little family here, the burdens aren't too great.
I'm glad to hear that.
Don't expect me to interject. This is on YouTube.
Oh, Reza's just letting the silence hang there for a little bit. I'm not, yeah. She's just kind of like continuing to watch him and like just study him for a little bit longer. And then she stands up and says, "Well, I'll leave you to the rest of your evening. I should probably get a bath in myself. Don't want my bedclothes smelling like roasted rat."
Yes, unfortunately the smell of it does tend to linger.
And she kind of walks over to the door and puts her hand on it, and then she pauses for a moment and looks back at Garrett and says, "Whoever she is, I think she would be proud of you. You did very well today. Better than any of us could have."
But if she was here, she would have done better. My sister is much stronger with the natural arts than I.
At that, you hear scrambling and fucking from under your bed as Cypher comes crawling out. What?
My sister, Cypher, Eva.
Wow. So we've got a sister? No, wait, what? I don't. Yeah.
Reza kind of gives Cypher a smile, and she's like, "Oh, figures you'd be sleeping in here."
It's darkest.
Hmm.
Sister. Wow. Wait, when was the last time you talked to your sister?
A very long time ago. It seems like forever now.
But
When was
she's
it?
not here, right?
No, she's back on my family's land.
Why? Cypher crawls back under the bed, grabs his knapsack, crawls back out, pulls out a scroll parchment and goes and just plonks it down in front of Garrett and smiles at him. You know, the goofy, creepy smile that he does.
And what's this?
So you should read it. It's pretty good.
I unravel the skull.
Raza goes back to sit down because she's interested.
And I can read absolutely nothing on this scroll.
Oh shit, no, you can't. It's written in abyssal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck!
I mean, it's lovely cipher, but
But what?
I can't read it.
It's very important. And he stops talking and side-eyes Reza for a second.
What's wrong, Cypher?
I can't see.
What?
Very quickly, Desmond, just roll me a perception check. Since you're outside in the hall, you would probably begin to hear a little bit of a commotion. Yes, you do. So you're
I want
aware
to know where that roll was last week. Sorry, go on.
So yeah, so you do overhear something, you know, the raised voices from Garrett's room. So it's entirely up to you on whether you wish to.
He'll approach, and he's not going to enter. He'll just kind of lean his head and like look in to see what's going on. Hello.
Hi. We got a... No, we don't got a sister. Garrett's got a sister.
Come in, Desmond. We're having a party in here now.
All right. And Desmond will just kind of stroll in. He's still got his little toolkit in hand that he's been going over things with. And he'll look around. I've never been in here before. It's like a vault.
It's got lots of cool tools. Look. And Cypher points at Garrett's desk.
Reza just says, I want to state for the record that this is not my fault.
And yeah. Yes, I have my own here. And he'll hold up his little rolled up kit that's just very basic stuff. Basic maintenance stuff.
Should you need anything, Desmond, from my tool collection, do come and help yourself.
All right then.
Desmond, you know what this is, right? And Desmond holds up a scroll in front of Desmond. He's like, you know what this is, right?
Parchment?
Dang it.
Tell us what it is, Cypher.
It's a magic scroll. It's a magic scroll of Garrett talking to his sister. Ha! Yeah.
Well,
What? Yeah, there's a scroll so you can talk to other people a very, very long way away. A very, 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 very long way away.
I'm not sure that'd work.
Cypher smiles. Yes, it would.
I'm very confused.
So if we're a little bit closer, Garrett, we definitely could.
I think maybe we should talk on this at a later time.
Okay. It will work, though. I bet my left eye it will.
Don't bet something you aren't prepared to lose, Cypher. First rule of gambling.
Okay. There's rules to gambling?
Yes. You've got to know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. And I'll tell you the rest later.
Okay. I'm gonna walk away.
Scyther,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. Cypher's gonna crawl back under the bed.
Sleep well.
I probably better get to that bath I was talking about, and maybe I'll go check on Falco, see how he's recovering.
Yeah, send him my best.
I'll make sure to.
Gently.
What are you talking about?
Just remember he's still healing. He got badly hurt.
I know. I don't know what you're talking about, Gary.
Of course you don't.
She just narrows her eyes at him.
Garrett's eyes almost twinkle with mirth.
And she walks out.
I like to think that Desmond's just sat there awkwardly.
Oh yeah.
Accurate. Getting the idea that everybody's clearing off, Desmond's going to go back to the room where Vanya's working and just continue his work there.
All right. As Desmond steps into the room, Vanya, what does he see?
Well, he's gonna see all of the beds pristinely made, but in the center of them, they're gonna have like extra padding. And then she is sitting on. You'll also find where Cypher usually sleeps in his favorite cupboard. That door hasn't been closed, but there's also extra like blankets and stuff kind of piled up there too, and that she's sitting at the edge of the bed, finishing up the little mending project that she was doing on his clothes.
All right then, how's it coming along?
I just finished it up. How's it look?
Desmond will inspect it. He did have a spare set of clothes that are in the bag. So he'll just take her work and hold up and kind of inspect it over. And he's not very picky, and so response, regardless of how it is, "Oh, it looks wonderful."
Oh, look, Desmond. And she kind of like peels back like where there was a button like for the shirt, and she puts her hand in there, and then she's like, "Look, it's a pocket. It's a hidden pocket. You can put things in there."
All right.
Vanya, very quickly, roll me two. I want a deception and an arcana check from you, please.
Okay.
That's good. That's better. So, this pocket that's been stitched into the jacket, when buttoned up, the seam just through magical means seems to vanish, which basically will allow you to hide a small item in said pocket to be undiscoverable. You know, no one, without willing this pocket to open, it will be forever hidden, forever sealed. Almost like a small pocket dimension, but again, only for a very small item. Something like a dagger's too big, but Vanya, you are from a prestigious school of magic. You have either knowingly or unknowingly created a completely hidden pocket inside Desmond's jacket for him.
It's very nice.
Yeah, you can, put some of your toys in there that you like to play with, or if you find something and you need to keep it hidden from someone, and as your mother, I respect your privacy if you need to hide things, but know that I'm always here if you don't need to hide things from me, but if anything's troubling you, I'm here.
I've not hidden anything so far. And you'll go over to where the bed is and just plop down and just let her work. Silence.
Oh, I've in the event, when I don't know if you've ever heard the expression, when you play with fire, you wet the bed. So I have made sure that we can easily clean that up afterwards.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, well, maybe I'm the only one who has heard that expression, but it's covered. So, Desmond, do you know, have you been to the Coin Flow District before?
Would he know it by that name, is what I'm wondering.
Yes, he would know it by that name. It's a very old district.
So
yes.
The short answer is going to be yes.
Yeah. So the coin flip, you would have passed through it a few times potentially. It is a market district, not a prestigious market district, but still probably one that's it's where the Merchant Guild sets up its main headquarters. So yeah, you would be aware of it. And again, you may have visited it a few times in the past.
Yeah, just in a way that he's not intimately familiar with it, but yes, he's been there. Just hard and fast, he has been there. So yes.
Oh, so Desmond, would you happen to know if if any mages hang around there, or where they would hang around?
I could not tell you, but I can say that it seems like the kind of place where anyone would go if they were looking to sell or buy things. So I think if you just look around, you could find one.
Okay.
Age
I'm
being a
going.
very broad term.
Yeah, well, I think I would probably pick up on some clues if they were associated with my school. But I'm going soon, so I'm just making plans of where I need to stop and visit.
Well, I should think that if they have had any kind of schooling, they'd stand out. Most people aren't very well educated.
Probably right. I've walked through these streets, but I'm not trying to judge. I'm trying to make this place a better place.
Well, there's a lot of work to do there, then.
Yep, my job is never done, but I'm making progress with Reza.
Progress with Reza? Is she not very well educated?
No, no, wait. No, that's not what I meant. She's ooh, no, I'm trying to teach her positivity to change her ways as because of what she is. To show my people that they can be changed.
So Desmond's going to have a bit of a skeptical look appear on his face. His eyebrows furrow a little bit, and he says, "But you mean because Xepha says she eats people?"
Yeah, and that, that not all people that eat people are, need to be vanquished, obliterated, beheaded. That they can change, that they can be, positive and care about others.
Well, it seems to me that if people eat people, and that is all they eat, because I have not seen her touch anything else, she's not likely to change that. But she doesn't seem bad either. So
Right.
why change her?
She can be rough around the edges, but I need to prove a point. Like, and I have it all here in my book, with my experiments that I've been doing with her, just to show proof.
Well, rough around the edges is how you get by on these parts, isn't it?
It is, but when I am presenting, my research and my facts, like I have to be able to show, a change, right? Because there's just an assumption that she's terrible. Well, not her particular, that they're terrible. She's not terrible. That's not what I meant. She's actually, she's she's given me gloves, a dress. I mean, all these things support that she's not terrible, right?
Well, I should think not. She was also very adamant about not letting everyone be eaten by rats. So
Exactly. I've written that in my book.
I think
Yeah,
that
go ahead.
you will find that she's not that bad at all, and probably not the best candidate for your studies if that's the case. You're looking for one that is already not nice, and you try to make them nice, and that's going to be harder.
Well, I probably do need to get another test subject. You're absolutely right. But I do think that she is good for my research to show that that they're not all mean,
Well,
right?
then why change her? She is just a case of them not being so bad.
But I could make her better. Everybody could always be better, right? I mean, I try to make myself better every single day.
Yeah, when you're saying that his expression is going to change a little bit towards a bit of emphasis, like he's excited at that idea.
Oh no.
Oh, if you are looking to have a more positive outlook, and really make a change in the world, I can definitely take you through my program. And since you're my child, I wouldn't charge you at all.
Well, I can tell you that I'm less interested in changing the pond and more interested in changing the fish.
Oh, that kind of like what I'm doing, because Rez is the fish.
Glub, glub, glub.
I heard that expression somewhere, but no, I mean me. I'm trying to make myself better, but that does... Like I said, the world is a lot of work.
As you
I'm
are
more worried
indeed
about me.
trying to, as you are indeed finding out now, Desmond.
Yes.
Do continue, sorry.
Yes, so... Yeah, no. I just want to be able to finally grow up. That is what I want.
Well, as your, parental authority, I believe it is my duty to help you with that goal, I think.
It's been a very long time.
Well, whatever you need, that you feel that you need help with that, because I'm getting a sense it's not just eating vegetables, right? All your vegetables.
No, I've eaten quite a long list of things, and nothing has seemed to work so far.
Okay, so food's out, but we can work on this together. So we can try other things. I know Cypher would probably enjoy working on this too. He likes, I think he likes things like this.
Well, he is a bit tired. Maybe once he's rested.
Well, that sounds like a plan.
Well, I'll let you do what you have to do, and I will just help where you need.
All right. Well, I'm going to continue sewing in and mending some of these clothes. So I'm right here. I'm always here for you.
I appreciate that. And being that he's feeling comfortable and everything here, he's going to, once she's gets back to her work, Desmond's going to roll up his sleeve and like just start working on himself very openly in the room.
She's going to see it, make a note of it, but is going to maybe as they develop their relationship, ask further questions later. But she kind of feels like we need to ease into it.
All right. Well, with that, then I guess that is the close of the day. Should you all wish a short rest, or again, Reza, is there anything you in particular you're doing? Falco's A-okay, by the way, now.
I figured he would be.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right. In that case, then, should anyone wish it, you've got a chance for a short rest.
All right. Heal my 3 points of damage.
Short rest, 8 hours. I love seeing that. I love it. I love it. Dear me. You're good there, Desmond?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that Desmond just had an idea
Okay.
from watching Garrett with his belt loop and everything. I think that he just had an idea.
Okay, so
I'll get to it after rest. Yeah.
absolutely. What we're going to do now then, since it's been like an hour and 10 in, short rest, probably a good chance for a refill the clock.
Yeah.
So we shall
Yeah.
do that right now. Oh. Cheers, Durs. Cheers. Yes, open the floodgates. Okay, we will be right back.
I've just got no staying power on this lot, I'll tell you.
I tell you. What?
If it was just the rum on its own, I'd be alright. But because I've only got Kraken and it's got to go with Coke, I'm like, oh.
Tiny bladder.
Tiny bladder.
Once you break the seal,
I know. Every half an hour. Vanya Law.
Vanya the mad scientist.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
That was a fascinating conversation.
It was, wasn't it, Fish?
Wow.
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 Glub glub, motherfucker. Imagine Vanya's surprise when Reza's change in demeanor has nothing to do with her.
Or even worse, when Vanya wakes up and Reza's there just slurping her dry.
I mean, when you say fish, I think more piranha, but yeah.
That's fair. Oh, dear. All right. Desmond, are you back?
I am back. I've put the kettle on.
Ooh. Ooh. Good choice.
Would you like a cup of tea, Father?
Well, no, thank you.
Oh, go on. Not like the English people here get that joke.
I know. Fuck's sake. All right. So, with the dawn of the new day breaking over the folly, as a brief recap, Vanya, you have 2 passes to the Coinflow district. Is that correct?
Well, I believe I have one, and I think I have to ask permission from Garrett for the second one on who I take.
Okay.
But yes, 2.
Okay. Reza?
Yours.
You know what? We'll go through in order what everyone's doing. Who wants to step up first then?
So, real quick, Reza has got up early, and she's remembered there's something she needs to pick up from Garlic.
Okay.
A special order item. A hat.
There is, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
She wants to be able to present it to the recipient when they arise.
Okay. So, fuck it. We'll do it live. I'm gonna find out where my damn scene is.
Nothing like a curveball for the GM.
Yeah. Just gotta find the. There we go. That's the one. Okay, so early morning, Reza, you find yourself departing the Baron's Folly into lower streets and towards Market Row, eventually coming across the all too familiar lean-to and the multitude of foul-smelling barrels scattered around the tent. Surprisingly, and almost for a change, Garnak, the gnomish leatherwork, is actually awake, and you see him with these elbow-length gloves just scrubbing a piece of flesh against a board into one of these vats of vile-smelling chemicals.
Good morning, Garnet.
Don't sneak up on a gnome when he's trying to... And he turns around and holds this curing leather towards you. The various foul-smelling liquid just begins to drop and dribble off of it onto the cobbles below. Oh, it's just you. Oh, you're here for your gift.
Surprised to see you awake this morning.
I've
So
been
early, anyway.
busy. Yes, busy indeed. So busy.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you, Solution.
Can't hear me at all?
Oh, I can hear you now.
No?
Yeah.
What about now? Oh, I know exactly what the problem is. Hold 2 seconds. Hold
Is it what I think it
2
is?
seconds. It's a keybind.
Nice.
What about now? Can you
I
hear
can
me?
you now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, your voice
Yes.
changer isn't on.
Fuck it, I don't care anymore.
It's a really good gnome voice, though.
It is.
Solid.
All right. What is it that you want? Oh, no, wait. Yes, So, let me guess, you got nothing of what I said there, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So, as you approach the gnome, you call out to him, he immediately spins around with this foul-smelling tannin that he's currently working on. Oh, what's... Sure, you come for your thing, yes?
Yes, I have.
So, I'm sure you'll like it. Look, and he drops the leather to the ground, takes off his gloves, and reaches under the wooden desk that he uses as a counter, and produces this what can only be described as a rough cut, haphazardly made wooden gift box, and he puts it on the counter in front of him. The hinge is just a couple of strips of leather that's been nailed into this box, and as he lifts the lid, so what's your thing?
Reza looks at the item in the box and she inspects the ears and the lining and feels the softness of the fur, and she says, "It's perfect."
Of course it is. And granted, you don't need to know that. But yes, you paid.
Yes, I have.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm quite certain.
Oh, I don't remember. You see, I thought it was paying on collection.
Rosa kind of squints her eyes at him.
I'm just joking. God, no need for that.
I'd love a gnome with a sense of humor.
So when are you actually bringing me something useful to work on?
But we've been a bit busy, actually, the past few days, so, soon is all I can say.
The gnome scoffs loudly and almost turns his nose up. Yes, it's all right. Busy, yes, because your delicate little pale porcelain skin don't work. Oh, fine. I'll just whenever. Bring me something good, and I will make you something good. I'm tired of making slippers, and he points a short, stubby finger towards the box. And whatever that is.
Fair, very fair. I will endeavour to find you some finer materials.
Something big. Yes, big, large, ferocious.
Sure.
With that, Garnak just offers a single nod towards Reza before pulling his hat down, slapping his gloves back on, and marching over.
We'll see you soon.
Bye, Sulu.
Farewell.
See him just take this piece of leather again and dunk it back into the barrel and begin to scrape it against the side. A multitude of merchants and villagers passing by just give him a wide berth, all of them holding their nose as they do so.
So Rosa takes her this wooden box,
Mm-hmm.
and she skedaddles straight back to the folly, and she goes upstairs and starts knocking on Vanya's door. Vanya, are you awake?
Yeah, I'm in here. Come in.
Quick question. Is Desmond and Cypher still in the room?
No, Cypher slept on the guard's bed last
They
night.
did, yeah. Desmond, are you... Apart from being muted.
Kettle might be going off.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I just came back from that. Desmond is in the room, and Desmond does not sleep.
Okay.
So Desmond will hear it.
Okay. Carry on, Reza.
Okay, so Reza kind of walks into the room, and she sits down on the floor in front of Vanya's bed, because I'm assuming Vanya's still sitting on her bed.
Mm-hmm.
And she holds up the box in front of her, and she's got this impish grin on her face, and she says, "A gift for you."
Vanya is going to smile really big and then make eye contact with Desmond, kind of like, "See, I told you." And then
Desmond's gonna nod.
and she grabs the box and she's like, "Oh, Reza, can I open it now, or
Yes, open it now. I want to see what you think of it.
you have no idea how just full my heart is right now with this. Okay. And so she opens the box.
And inside, she will see laying there it's basically like it's a hat, but it's a hat that's kind of like almost like a hood, but not quite that big. It's somewhere between a ski cap and a hood size, but it's got strings to tie under the chin, and the inside of it is silky soft rat fur, and the outside of it is just like this burnished leather, but it also has very carefully preserved bunny ears sewn to the top of it. And it's just, Reza is just looking incredibly pleased with herself. And she said, I know some very fine ladies have a sleeping cap to protect their hair at night, so I had one made for you since you're a very fine lady.
Oh, and she pets the ears and strokes the rat fur. It's soft. You know what this would really go well with is my attire that I have planned for Gertrude.
Oh no.
I feel like she is just, she's artistic in her fashion sense, and this would be a lovely addition to her frock that she has.
You don't like it. You don't like it. Shh. You don't.
No, I do. I mean, I wear it at night to protect my hair. What am I protecting my hair from?
I don't know. Tangles?
I guess if I put it in curls and stuff, it'll keep it from the hair coming out. She sniffs it.
Roll
Does
me,
it smell good?
roll me a Constitution saving throw, please. Your delicate sense of smell is you are not prepared. It smells vile. Not filthy or dirty, but just the chemicals used for the leather are incredibly pungent. And the fur inside of the hood still has that sodden rat smell to it. It's clean, but it's, again, the chemicals are, yeah.
Look, Vanya, if you wear this and then I wear my bunny slippers at night, we'll match.
Like sisters. And she said, "What? You won't be offended if I douse this with my perfume, will you?"
Oh no, I don't care about that at all. As long as you
Okay.
wear it.
It's got it's got a smell to it, Reza.
I'm not surprised. I didn't bother sniffing it because I didn't want to make that mistake.
I'll try to see if I can get the fragrance more to my standards.
Standards?
Before I wear it as.
You're saying this isn't up to your standards?
The smell is pungent.
I tried to do something nice for you.
No, it is. I love it. We're making all kinds of, leaps and bounds into this journey, and you're doing great, and I love it.
What journey, Vanya?
This journey that we are on together, and I love that you were thinking that we could be sisters and twins. And it's exactly what I want.
Rez is just giving her this look now of like she's got two heads or something. Like, I really have no idea what you're talking about, Vanya.
Well, you are becoming so positive and really like taking some of my lessons on positivity and
At this
incorporating
point,
them
Reza
into your
starts
day to
cackling
day.
hysterically. Just like rolls over onto the floor, clutching her stomach, laughing.
But why are you laughing? I mean, you just gave me a gift. Like the Reza that I knew
You
wouldn't.
think you'll change me? But this is rich.
Vanya just kind of blankly stares at Desmond, kind of appalled, like.
Anya. Oh my goodness, no. If I'm different, it's because I've finally accepted what I am, and I'm happy for the first time in 20 years and well fed. Can you imagine being on a diet for 20 years, being hungry all the time? Definitely makes one cranky. But I'm
I
well
completely
fed,
get
I'm
that.
happy, and it has absolutely nothing to do with your lessons, dear. I'm sorry to burst any sort of bubble you may have blown it up in your head.
No, Reza, because I have told you, like, seize the day, be your true self, love who you are, and that's exactly what you've done. So yes, I am taking credit for it.
So Reza's kind of finished her laughing. She's wiping her eyes, and then she just looks up at Vanya, and there's sort of like this half amused, half dangerous twinkle to her eyes. And she just says, go ahead and think that if you like.
Yeah. Are you hungry again? Is that what's going on here? Because whenever I'm not feeling the most positive, I eat.
I've noticed. Oh no. I just think, Vanya, that your search for positivity in all things can often blind you to reality. And that's a bit dangerous. Think on it. Think on it.
No, I believe that, if all of our dreams can come true if we just have the courage to pursue them. And you did that. And I am pursuing my dreams too.
Reza stands up at this point and just pats Vanya on the head.
Desmond, what are you doing through all this?
Desmond's just sitting there, just watching. And just kind of watching the exchange go back and forth. It's about what he anticipated, So he's he's just content to sit there and let them have it out a little bit.
Looks at Vanya, look at Reza, look at Vanya, like a almost like a nodding dog back and forth between them both.
Mm-hmm. It's like a medieval soap opera.
So Reza stands up, gives Vanya a pat on her head, and then looks over to Desmond, winks at him, and says, well, I am going to go off and, get ready for the rest of my day. I just want to make sure you have that first thing in the morning. And, Desmond, good to see you. I hope you had a good night's rest.
Oh, yes. I had quite a good one. Having never slept. Just sat there.
Good. Glad to hear it. And then Reza will leave the room.
All right.
And then Vanya's going to look at Desmond after she leaves and says, see, progress. She brought me a gift. And she found herself. It's working. Well, I mean, we still have some work to do, obviously, from that conversation. But, you know, I accept that challenge.
I half expected that she was courting you, getting you the nightcap and everything.
Oh, you think she likes me?
I don't know. I don't have a good sense of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if she were a man, I would say yes.
Well, regardless, it's progress. Right?
Yes,
And
now you just
don't
have to
you-
wash the nightcap.
Yeah, douse it down for sure. It kind of... Can you smell it over there?
Faintly. Could probably have Francis boil it for you for a while.
Oh, do you think if we boiled it with the perfume that it would take on that smell?
Or just give it a good washing or something. Do you have people here who can do that? You know, wash it, take it out back, hit it with a stick to get all the dust off or whatever. Actually, it looks kind of new, which is weird for it to smell that way.
Yeah, you know, back at my, you know, where I'm from, I would have had, you know, employed individuals to do that kind of stuff for me. But here, you know, I guess I could ask Francis to do it.
Francis probably knows a thing or two for getting smells out of anything, and replacing them with smells that are more bearable, at least.
But, have you smelled things that have come? You know, you're probably right. He might have somewhat of a solution, and I've got this perfume that I can. We can work on this because I definitely don't want this to offend Reza by me not wearing this.
Of course not. Would be very considerate to not use the gift that you were given by your friend.
You're right. Well, so I'm gonna go do that, Desmond, because I don't know how long this is gonna take before I have to go off to the district. And you know, I think this. I'm being completely honest when I told her I think it's gonna really pull that ensemble together for Gertrude. So I definitely don't want to smell like that. That might draw some attention to me. So I'm gonna go down and see if Francis can correct this.
All right then.
Thank you for your
Alright.
help, kiddo.
You're quite welcome. And if Vanya leaves the room, Desmond's gonna go about arranging his outfit for the day.
Okay. Not to worry. Garrett, Cypher, one of you two. What's happening?
Cypher woke up early, and I'm guessing Garrett is awake. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's quietly tinkering at his desk.
Okay, so he's gonna saddle up next to him, sit down, and we're like, okay. Morning.
Morning, Cypher.
So the spell scroll. And he looks around, make sure nobody's fucking. I spy him, and he goes, means we can contact a different plane as long as we know who we're talking to.
Are you sure this is safe?
Yeah, of course it is.
And you got this from the society?
I got this from the society. I learned about it from the coroner.
I never thought that I'd speak to her again.
It might just be a few words, but you'll be able to hear.
And there's no cost to you?
No cost to me. I think. Pretty sure. Yeah. It's easy.
I'm not putting you in danger, just for my selfish wants.
No. I'm powerful. I'm like a really, really, really strong mage. I've been learning from like a really, really cool guy. I got this.
What do we need to do?
We gotta get closer. And I need a drop of your blood. And probably a psychic link. And that should work. Maybe some black chalk. I wonder if Vanya's still got the ashes of that guy in the jug.
I can't see her using it for anything.
Yeah. Unless you used it for makeup.
I don't think even Vanya would wear a dead man as makeup. She's vain, but she's not that vain.
I mean, people like the shadowy eye look, you know? So I heard. It's what the ladies say on the street.
Well, what ladies have you been speaking to on the street?
I don't talk to them, they're weird. And they smell funny.
So, you say we need to get closer. I presume you mean how I got here.
Yeah.
Well, it's an easy to find path. I mean, it came from the south.
Day trip! We should pack some snacks though.
Maybe we'll make a day of it.
Yeah, we'll take our whole family.
But make sure you find out as much as you can about this spell from the society. I don't want you putting yourself in any danger on my account.
Okay. I'll do some more research doing my lists.
Mm-hmm. You'll like her though.
Yeah? She's pretty cool. She cool like you.
No, she's cool like you. You've got more in common with her than you realise.
She like toast too.
Yes, she likes toast too.
Cool.
Now you're going to be late for your lessons if you...
Okay, I gotta go.
Longer.
Cypher jumps up and hurries out. Bye!
Goodbye.
Anything further you wish to do, Garrett?
Cough.
Apart from cough.
Garrett's gonna try and fix the machine, but he's not really gonna pay much attention to it today. His concentration's a little bit.
In that case, then, roll me a Tinker's Tool check at disadvantage.
Reasonable.
Reasonable. I would say you managed to fix it, but you don't try it out. You make a few adjustments. Yeah. You fix the hinge of the forging stamp. But due to the fact it's taking longer than usual and your mind being somewhere else, you don't run any tests on it. So yeah, it's. You say that's fair?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Totally.
Cypher.
Yes.
Obviously, you are on your way to the society. Is there anything in particular that you're wanting to ask the coroner, or is it just a case of delving into the books and practice today?
Just delving into the books and practice today.
Okay.
He doesn't want to run this by the coroner because he knows if the coroner says something, he's not going to change his mind.
Yeah.
He's just going to focus on his own research and the lessons that are given to him by the coroner.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pretty much quiet and say it. As DM at this moment in time, there is nothing further for me to add. You all seem to have things that you all want to do, so I relinquish the stage to you all.
Is everybody back by the time Safi gets back from his lesson, or are people still out doing stuff?
No idea. What are you all doing?
Yeah, I would say that Reza has just been, after she got up early to go get her gift, she's just kind of been having a chill morning with Falco, and they're just kind of like sitting in the bar at this point, just chilling.
Desmond, anything?
Desmond's he's going to be up in the room, and he's just basically just setting up an outfit for himself to go out and look around, and being that's not him, just cloaked and armored up. So he's just been working on that. He's fished out a little hat for himself. He's got his jacket on that Vanya worked on, and he's basically trying to see how much, like if he can wear leather under it or not, because it's been a while since he's tried to do anything like that. He doesn't put on his nice clothes very often. So yeah, he's just going to be there wearing his the image that I have is like one of the little like kind of like Paperboy, but a little bit better quality clothing, like the kind that would yell like get your papers here, kind of like from an old, like it's like that, just with like with breeches instead of shorts, just covered up, but you know, it's just a little bit more casual clothing.
He's trying to get the casual look down.
Yeah, pretty much. Just look not so out of place, because you know he's fond of not looking like, you know, cloak and dagger all the time and wearing chainmail. So yeah, he's just in the room getting that sorted, and then once he has it in place, he's gonna start thinking more about things to do with it, because he's got this nifty pocket. He's trying to see what he can fit in there that would be useful to him.
Nice.
Cool.
And Garrett's come up from the basement where he's been checking on his little horticulture project.
Yeah, in that case, for that I can give a response to. In regards to the roots in the basement, they have certainly taken hold. They've begun to not just cover the entrance to the lower chambers where the Quiet One emerged, but they've also begun to work their way through some of the walls, and even in some of the other rooms, like the fighting pit chamber and the domicile area, there is the odd brick that's been pushed out as a root has burrowed through the wall. You get the impression that almost a circular ring has been erected around the lower part of the folly.
And while I've been down there, I've taken just a single thorn from the root itself. A blackthorn, as you might say.
Mm-hmm.
To take back to the botanist, because I'm sure she'd be interested in the science
Okay.
of what's happened down there.
Okay.
But to all intents and purposes, it's the size of a full-size dagger, and it's just a massive, evil-looking thorn that no one in their right mind would try and push through.
It's more like the head of a battle axe than than a thorn.
It's like a pike.
I'm on board. All right. Anything further?
I mean, if nobody else is doing anything, Cypher's going to come back and be like, "Where's everyone?"
Hey, Cypher, how are your lessons today?
It was good. I nailed it. I'm good. I'm really good. Hi, Falco.
Falco sat at the bar, raises a drink and nods to Cypher. Hey, hello. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
You met Desmond? Where's Desmond? Where's Desmond?
Desmond? I mean, I've kind of been in my room after what happened down there, but no,
You
I
haven't met
don't.
Desmond yet? Oh, he's so
Can't say I have.
I'll go find him. And Cypher runs off. He runs into the kitchen. He's not there.
Nope.
He runs back.
Just Francis.
He's just barging into people until he finds them. He eventually goes upstairs to find him.
Oh,
Desmond!
Coming upstairs, he'll see Desmond is probably just starting to walk out of the room in his new attire. And just, Cypher, you're back. How were class?
It was good. It's good. Nailed it. Awesome. You haven't met Falco yet.
Who?
Exactly. So many people you haven't met yet. We gotta go meet all of the people.
Well, that's a robot.
Oh.
Here's a
Using
robot.
Discord, are we?
No, I hear you, alright.
No, sound fine to me.
Discord's having a bad one.
Is it just me?
Let me change to a US server for you lot.
Sounds like we might be back.
Switch
Yeah.
to the US East.
No.
Hello.
Yeah, that's better.
Better? Yeah.
Yeah. The music's
What was
not
it?
happy. So, what I'll probably do for now is...
I can still hear the music.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can now. Yeah, it's sorry. We're sorted. Sorry, do continue.
Yeah. As I was saying, I was like, Desmond, there's so many people you gotta meet. We're gonna go meet some people.
All right, let's go meet some people. And
Nice.
Desmond's leaving behind like the rattle and things like that with his pack.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got on the leather armor he has underneath his clothes as best he can, but mostly he's just got his casual wear on, so he'll just follow Cypher down to meet Falco.
Right, Discord
So
is
you'll
taking shit.
hear Cypher. You'll hear Cypher coming. Falco!
I've not moved from where I was, and still sat at the counter with Reza. In
It's
fact,
Desmond.
give me a second, because Discord is certainly taking a bit of a shit at the minute.
Is it taking a shit? Is
It
it?
is.
It is.
Oh, it is. Aye.
Mm-hmm. Come on, Discord, sort your shit out. You have literally one job.
How we doing? Can everybody hear everybody now?
I can
I
hear you,
can-
Lucius.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's mostly the music that's having issues. It's
Yeah.
like stuttering.
We have
Hmm.
Lee.
Yeah, I've been good all along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That to me
So
sounds perfect.
Okay. If everybody's all right,
Yeah.
interrupt me, you mother.
I know.
Anyway,
Go on.
Desmond, Falco, Desmond.
Hello there.
Falco raises a brow and looks down from his bar stool towards Desmond.
What's that look for?
Didn't know we were taking kids in. Are we orphanage now or something?
No, he's my brother.
Oh, all right. Falco
Not an orphan.
slides off the chair and steps up to Desmond. Tilts his head left and then right for a moment, looking him over, and slowly nods before extending a hand down towards him.
Desmond will take his hand and shake it.
Fucking, that's a bit tight. You're not an orphan then. It's gotcha. And at that, Falco also strengthens his grip and feels that the hand is incredibly hard. And a brief moment of realization flickers across his eyes as he nods. Ah, your brother, is he, say?
Yeah.
All right, I understand. Well, Desmond, it looks like if there's anything you need, then Falco pats his chest. I'm the man you speak to. It's
What kind of things?
I don't know if you want a little errand running that you don't want to do yourself. Then either me or I can order one of the lads to go and do it for you. Or if you want an escort through town, then I can do that.
Ah,
If you
I
want
see.
a lap to sleep on, to kiss you goodnight, I can do that as well. Can't I, Reza?
Find him one or do it yourself.
Falco smirks and turns back to Desmond.
Rosa just chuckles.
Well, it's nice to meet you, and I'm sure I'll see a lot of you around.
Hey, I am sure you will. Actually, Falco kneels down, narrows his eyes towards Desmond, and then strikes out with a fist towards his chest. What do you do?
Well, depends on if he realizes he's going to do it. Like, because there is a lot of precedent. He might realize someone's about to hit him.
All right, if you want to go for it, then roll me a perception check.
All right.
You easily see it coming. Yeah, you see Falco just pull his arm back, and he just swings with a straight right jab towards your chest.
Okay. Desmond's going to attempt to, with his arm, just push it aside and basically try to absorb the blow and deflect it. Not trying to hard block him or hurt him or anything, just trying to not get hit.
All right, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Expand the thing.
Easily done. As the fist is thrown, I would say, well, how does it look?
It's just as he goes to strike out, Desmond is just turns slightly and brings his arm across, just kind of sweep it to the side so it doesn't connect with him. But it's just a very standard kind of, like, I'd call it a parry, but parry is usually used for swords. It's just diverts the blow.
At that, Falco grins and nods. Alright, I've seen all that I need. Hey, in fact, Reza was telling me that Vanya's fucking off to the coin floor district, and Falco looks over Desmond. Since you're looking pretty damn smart there, and, well, you've not got the lower street lisp like we've got, so, he looks around to the rest of the group as he says this. Anybody else think that little Vanya might use somewhat of a guard?
Well, I can go with her if she needs assistance if someone else doesn't want to go. I would have thought that maybe Reza would like to go and see what they have there.
Her in the coin floor district? Not a fucking chance. She stands out like a... I swear to God, she'll be ripping people's throats out left, right, and centre if you send her in there with Vanya.
Desmond's just watching him, like half expecting Reza to just like materialize behind him.
Just this hand appears from the back of Falco's head and claps him. He's like, "Hey, fucking all right. I didn't mean anything by it, Reza."
I mean, it's not a bad idea. He's pretty strong.
I just went to punch a kid and he deflected it, so... Aye.
Not everything's always as it seems, huh?
You know what? I don't think it's a bad idea, you know.
Must be a good idea if Garrett said it was a good idea. Well done, Falco.
Falco arches a brow, looks towards Garrett and nods.
At least one adult will be going then.
At this point, Vanya's going to come out of the kitchen from where Francis was because she was getting him to de-smell the hat.
You just hear the cries of, "It's not done. I don't need a man all the time anymore."
It'll be all right. I don't need it till first thing in the morning.
I'm gonna make a pie out of it then. Use it like a bowl.
Garrett, I've been looking for you.
Well, you found me.
Yes. So,
Did Discord die?
I'm looking.
No, we're good.
What?
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly, Vanya.
Discord died.
Oh.
Not for us. Get fucked. Carry on, Vanya.
So Vanya's gonna say, Garrett, I have my plans for tomorrow. I'm going to the coin flow first thing in the morning, and
Yes, you're going to take Desmond with you, I think.
Desmond, he is strong, isn't he? I think I've seen that I need somebody very strong to carry something heavy.
He's not your porter, Vanya. He's going there to protect you.
But he's my child, though. Shouldn't I protect him?
This is a conversation I am, one, not equipped, and two, not interested to have right now.
Okay, well, I will change the subject. I need you to make me look older to help me, with my disguise. And then also, I have a question for Reza. Reza, oh, there you are.
What is it?
If I was to find or to look for your kind, can you give me some hints on what I would be looking for?
No. Why the fuck would you want to look for a vampire?
We don't keep any secrets, do we? I need another test subject. And I was hoping Desmond could help me bring one back.
First off, if you find somebody openly walking about as a vampire, they're probably an agent of the court, and you don't want to fucking fuck with that, Vanya.
Okay, well, that is good to know. See, I need notes like this.
Also,
so that I don't mess up.
Also, while you were recovering, we had a chat with Thomas Vervecht, your little ancient friend, and he said that there's an Inquisitor about. You know what an Inquisitor is?
Somebody who's very interested in finding things out and asking questions.
An Inquisitor.
Not wrong.
Yes, well, I mean, technically, not wrong. But in this case, an Inquisitor is someone who will trying to search out creatures like the lot of us.
Oh, well, maybe if I found that person, then they could help me find an additional person.
No, they'd more likely arrest you.
Or hang you.
Well, I was just thinking, since we had like extra rooms down in the basement below the basement, we could house them there.
So you're saying you want to find a undead test subject to work out your little plans on for reformation?
Yes, because I think just one, like we need to have a bigger
and this
sample size,
sinister smile kind of creeps over Reza's face. Well, Vanya, we already know another undead person who you could very well acquainted with. You could try your method on them.
Would I need to lock them up?
I mean, you could try, probably wouldn't work. And she just looks more and more smug.
What do you know that I don't know?
Well, the coroner, dear. If there was ever a cranky old undead man, it's him. He's the perfect test subject for your methods.
He kind of scares me though, but I think I could try. I could dabble just a little bit, and then maybe. Cypher.
Cypher just stood there shaking his head. No.
No, as like, no, you don't have an opinion, or no, you think it's a bad idea that Desmond and I should find someone else in the coin flow district.
I mean, you could try on the corner, but you're not gonna get him to live underneath us. If that's what we want.
No, I just want to take him through my program like I've been doing with Reza.
You remember what happened last time we upset him, though, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm a little scared.
And I hate to be the one to burst your bubble, but the whole point of having a secret underground area is not to advertise the fact that you have a secret underground area.
Also, just for future reference, you probably can't keep, like, even if you manage to catch one, you probably wouldn't be able to keep an undead alive, undead under there. Yeah, no.
It'd be painful for them like it was for Reza, right?
Probably more so.
But then they would, like, accept my program, probably, because they want to get out of there.
Oh, so you're a torturer. It all makes sense now.
You know, Garrett, you're right.
No, it's not torture if it's for the better.
No, you want to put something down there to be in pain until it does what you want. Torture. I understand completely, but no.
Like that. Okay, well, here's the deal. Desmond and I are gonna go find James. We're gonna hold off on the whole finding an additional test subject there. I'm gonna ask some questions, see if I can find who I need to potentially ask questions about some of these books, but not letting them know what the books are. Wink, wink. Trying to find people that might have went to the same school as me.
Why?
So that I can find if they know any history about dealings around here, and if they might know about any of the experiments.
How are you going to find them if you can't talk about it?
I've got my ways.
Also, don't overlook your man, Terry. No, that's not it.
James.
No.
Oh, that's the first thing that we're
the
going
old
to,
man,
James.
Theodore. Thomas. He had some interesting things he was saying. Don't overlook him. But
No.
just be careful.
No, yeah. I will be back. I'm coming back.
Don't invite him to live with us. We
Thomas
don't take
or
in...
James?
No one. Underground is off limits. We don't even know if the magics have settled in fully yet.
Well, okay, so I won't talk about the basement below the basement. I won't.
Okay.
Bloody miracle.
And I'm going to swing by and check in on Thomas because you're right, I haven't talked to Thomas in a little while, and, I'm a little worried about him. He's a little cuckoo.
You could see him open to your ideas, though.
He did. Yeah.
He makes more sense with silver. Just saying.
He does.
He liked it.
I think, well, I invited him around for a free drink whenever he wants and a free meal. He could be a very good asset for us. Particularly if we were able to help him reclaim some of his former glory.
Just a quick question before you carry on with this. Just so I've got this right, there's a dude on the street has got access to a free meal and drink. Is that what I'm hearing?
Hey, Thomas Verbeck, former administrator at
Verbeck.
Lower Street.
All right. So what you're saying is, if he comes here, because I'd have probably just told him out and said, "Fuck off, you drunken bum."
You know what?
I
Parker,
know
that's
now.
a good point. Make sure all the guards know that name, and he is to be welcomed here with a free drink and a meal.
All right. As long as he doesn't come late when Kruger's fucking on the door, because he's a cranky bastard. But I'll pass it to the rest of them.
Sorry, I forgot to mention that last night. We were busy.
It's all right. It's all right. And he rests a hand on Reza's shoulder, strokes her shoulder for a moment, and then nods towards her. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, you know what? We could just. I'll make sure that Thomas knows to stop by, and maybe we can all have dinner with him, and talk to him. Okay, that's the plan. And then we'll go to the coin flow and see if James is still there. He hasn't written me. I'm really worried. And then I'm gonna try to make some connections in the coin flow. Is there anything else that you guys may need while Desmond and I are there? Like a list of things?
Well, I do owe you a new dress, but I feel like it.
Yes, you do.
Yes, but I really do think that if I just give you the money and you pick it out yourself, you'll be much happier with the choice. Am I wrong?
As much as I appreciate the things that you get and have made for me, I would like to take the money and go pick it out for myself, if that's okay with you.
Sure, it is. Go pick something out. Let me know how much it is. I'll reimburse you.
Okay. You promise? Like, how much? What's my limit?
Your limit.
How much do you
Hold
have?
while I look at how much money I have.
At this moment, you just see the withered, wrinkled face of Francis poke his head around the kitchen door. A bunny boiler is all sorted.
30 silver.
Okay. I'll try to make this stretch. I think I want a new pair of shoes too.
Well, take the one that you've got and see if you can't find a cobbler to make a match for it.
Yeah, but those are old.
Fair enough. I wouldn't know because, been wearing the same pair of shoes for 10 years. God forbid Reza gets anything new. And she, fake socks over the bar counter.
Well, if you have more, I can pick you out a new pair of shoes.
So, my dear Vanya, do you recall that statement you just made about our tastes being incredibly different?
Yeah, you would want something
Hmm.
brown and furry.
No! I already have something brown and furry. Never mind, just get. she just kind of like grabs Falco's drink and chugs it.
Wait, what was their dice just rolled then?
Don't worry about it.
I wish I could have done that for Frank Sudden he dies. That would have been so good.
So, with that then, Vanya and Desmond.
Desmond's gonna put his coin pouch in his vest pocket and follow Vanya because he doesn't quite remember the way to get to the district.
Before you leave, I would think you would like the passes for Desmond here.
Pass. Oh, that's right.
What, Desmond, now you're gonna have to remember the information on there and the name. Like, Garrett, what does his past say? Does he look like his past?
There's no pictures on there.
Yeah, but does it say like he's 60 years old, or is there an
Desmond,
age on there?
have you ever had any run-ins with the gate guards before?
Not that I can remember.
Okay, so none of them would know your name or you in any particular way, shape or form?
I don't think so. I haven't really had to talk to many guards.
Marvellous. Desmond Woods. You go.
Oh,
Works for me.
oh man, yeah.
But
It's for her safety.
It is.
Garrett, he gets to be himself, and I have to be
How many
I
of those
know.
gate guards have you told your name?
all of them
How many times have they threatened to hang you?
3 times.
So, have fun, Gertrude.
Now, Desmond, we have to get our stories together, okay? You're my son, and my name is Gertrude, but you can call me Mommy. And
Oh yes.
and we are there because I am a seamstress, right? And you help me like carry the fabric, and you're also my apprentice, and yeah, I think that's good enough. So you will call me Mommy.
Well, far be it for me to question that, but perhaps I could just work for you, and that way, if any of those guards have come by this area, they won't know me and you, the real you, and I could just be your
Oh.
apprentice.
You could be. Okay, that works. That works.
You should listen to him. He's smart. Dude.
Damn it! Damn it! Oh, in an alternative universe, there's a gate guard who's looking at this 60-year-old woman and this small child. He's like, "Fucking hell, love, you were active in your old age."
She's gotta pay the bills somehow.
I think Scrub just wanted to sidestep the mummy sound clip. Oh,
Yeah, he
honestly.
He didn't want to call me Mommy.
Okay, sorry,
Just being practical, Saul.
To be fair with Desmond, it'd be probably more no, mama. Yes, mama.
All right. Well, the only thing that... Garrett, could I check your Tinker's tools for one moment?
Yeah, of course. Is there anything particular you require?
Do you have any steel or lead balls, like ball bearings?
Oh yes, I do.
I just want to put some of those in a leather sack.
Yeah. I have loads of the things.
All right, and I'll be right back then. And Desmond is going to go and into a rough leather pouch, put a bunch of basically the bottom half, he's just going to fill it with the ball bearings. If they're lead ones, that'd be better because they're heavier. But he's just making himself a blackjack.
Oh, shit.
Fucking
hell.
I like this kid.
And he's going to wear it like he would a coin purse, when his actual coin purse is in his pocket.
Okay.
So, yeah. And then he'll accompany Vanya. All right, ready to go.
All right. And she's going to be, well, I'm trying to think, because if she shows up to Thomas as Gertrude, he's not going to know her. So
roll me a quick insight check. Once you're under the impression that once you're past the gates, it wouldn't be much of an issue. You would, you could drop your disguise. It's just, it's just the gate guard who would recognize you, because they're the ones who threatened to hang you.
okay.
So once you're in the Coinflow district, you could, get rid of the disguise.
Perfect. Does she want to, though?
Well, again, we would have to add the disguise back to get through the gate. But, so yeah, all I would say is that just, for future reference, at this moment in time at least, it's just the gate guard who would probably recognize you.
All right. Well, we'll head out first thing in the morning.
It is indeed the morning. Or do you want to take it like another day of downtime?
I don't know. Desmond, do you have anything that you need to do for another day?
I have nothing to do.
Oh. And this is Reza in that conversation. Vanya, can you look out for a purveyor of hides? I'd like to get an idea of how much it would cost to buy some large pieces of cured hide and leather to have garlic make us some nice things.
Why don't we just hunt a big beast?
I mean, we could, but I want to find out how much they are.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
That might not be a bad idea. While you're in the Coinflow district, I might go out to the edge of the forest, see if I can't find some larger game.
Okay.
So I'll ask about a layer of hide. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Well, Desmond, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready to go.
So she puts her, she's got her disguise on and everything.
All right.
Okay.
And Desmond's gonna, as they go out the door, just subtly apply his like enhanced disguise to make him look more the part. And good to go.
All right. So, how does this look? This glamour of yours. What happens?
Well, essentially, just he looks a little rough normally, like he doesn't look quite right. And as the glamour goes on, it just smooths everything out. He looks less like a thing and more like a person. Just looks more and more like if he were an actual child. So it just a little bit of like porcelain veneer to his skin, the things that are off, like the seams that are a little bit unnatural, they all just kind of blend and blur out of sight.
I've not got a button to click for that yet. Remind me later to do that for you. We've got something that... I
think I might have spell features.
Is it the disguise? There you go. Disguise self. Yes, you have got it. In your main action use feature.
Is that on the bottom left toolbar or from the character sheet?
On your bottom left toolbar. So under your main action use feature, you've got disguise self. I'm going to throw that up. Perfect.
All right, I just clicked it.
Yep, perfect. That's just so we've got a an account of what's happened.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hey up, Shade. How you doing, mate? So with that then, and Vanya and Desmond making their way through the door. Reza, Garrett, Cypher, are you guys good to take a back seat for a little bit?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh.
We are looking forward to this.
Vanya, Desmond, as you depart the folly and begin on your journey through lower streets, eventually you would come to the junction where you met Thomas before, Thomas Verbecht, Vanya, but this time as you approach the wooden box, his fortress as he once, or his castle, there's actually no sign of him this time. You spend a few minutes just looking around, checking a few of the alleys, but he's nowhere. Excuse me, God, Pepsi's coming back. But he's nowhere to be seen. Somewhat frustratingly, you depart, following the road around until it opens up into Market Row. Both of you begin to meander your way through the ever-growing crowd in Market Row. Shouts of various hawkers and vendors echoing through the almost subterranean street, until eventually you reach almost like a large courtyard. The clouds above immediately cast this dull glow on the obsidian gate. Just double check I've got that right. Carnelian Gate, close enough. So on the Carnelian Gate, the Carnelian Gate is almost a large structure with a fortress on top of it, a set of gallows and a guillotine lying both the left and right side of the street. And Vanya, this would be a familiar sight to you, a place that you have visited more than once. As you glance around, there is the usual assortment of guards stationed around the large entranceway. The portcullis is raised, and there is a small queue of about 15 or so people trying to enter the Coinflow district. As each person stands up to the guard snatches a piece of paper from their hand, looks it over. The first, second are called and allowed to pass. The third's turned away. And not so much with a brief, "I'm sorry, you can't enter." It's usually the paper snatched from their hand. They are delivered a swift plated boot to the shin and then the rear, and told to, in effect, fuck off.
Vanya is going to, as they're approaching, cast telepathic link to Desmond and say, "Stay close. This is the gate where we get in, and this is where you will hand them the paper. And either they ask you questions or they don't. But this is it. This is the moment."
All right. And he's saying that out loud because he doesn't know about telepathy. Shit.
So as you join the queue, roughly 10 to 15 minutes pass, and the vast majority of the queue participants are allowed into the Coinflow district. A few are turned away. Some take it better than others. There is the odd curse of, "Hey, I'm supposed to be at work in the next 20 minutes, you bastard," which he gets a swift beat down and thrown away from the gate. And eventually, you both stand before one of the heavily armed and armored wardens. The man looks over towards you, both approach. "Pass!"
Vanya hands it out, or hands it to him and says, "Well, hello, Sonny. It's a beautiful day today, isn't it?"
"No, it's fucking dark, miserable, and shit as always. Name?"
It's Gertrude. Gertrude Bucket.
"Fucking Bucket, eh? I feel sorry for your mother with a name like Bucket."
You should try having Gertrude as a name.
The guard looks at the paper pass given to him and then to Gertrude and back again. "Nature of business?"
Men clothes. And she puts her fingertips out because previously she had taken like needles and had poked a few fingers so that like blood was crusted on the tips of them. They worked me to the bone.
Is that so? Who is it that you're working for?
The Jameses.
Roll me a deception check. The guard just nods his head a few times. "Fucking Coinflow wankers. Businesses come and go all the time. I've never heard of them." With that, the guard bear with me. Twist of fate, this. The guard slowly nods, extends his hand back towards you, Vanya, with the pass. "All right. Go on. Next."
Desmond's going to step up, and he has his paper ready, and he's holding it up so the guard can grab it.
The guard just takes one look at Desmond, snatches the small identification parchment, and... "Name?"
Desmond Woods.
Nature of business.
I work for Miss Bucket. I carry things for her. She's a bit feeble.
You're a little bitch boy, are you? Not surprised that old fucking coot. See, what sort of shit do you carry, eh, little boy?
Clothes, cloths. When it's all rolled up, it gets to be quite heavy.
Is that so? Yeah, I can see it. What merchant outfit does the old bucket over there work for?
Well, as she said, the Jameses, but I've worked for her. I don't ever deal with them.
Roll me a deception check.
Oh.
The guard studies again the ID and... Aye, alright. Thrusts, not in a nice manner, but it almost crumples the ID slightly in his hand and tosses it towards Desmond. And you just manage to catch it at the last moment. Go on,
Right.
fuck off. Next.
All right, Desmond's going to scurry across, rolling up the parchment, putting it away.
Then you hear Gertrude say, "Hurry up, Desmond! We're gonna be late!"
Yeah, he's just going to try to keep pace with her. Follow her.
As
Very nice, are they?
Sorry, go on.
That's all I'm just saying as I'm going. So I get closer to Gertrude's. A Gertrude. That's all.
As you begin to make your way over the cobbles, through the archway of the Carnelian Gate, you see, a quick glance above you, the portcullis used. Each iron bar is at least 2 feet thick. This gate, if it came down, would require an immense strength of some mythical creature, perhaps, to break through, or a large amount of magic or explosive powder. There are easily 20 to 30 guards on the other side of the gate, all just milling around. Some of them sat at a table playing cards. Others stood on watch, and you both get the feeling that even though these guards are in a somewhat leisurely manner, they still have one eye on you. God damn it, Smith. So yes, while they do seem to be on a little bit of downtime, they are highly alert, almost as if ready to draw their sword at a moment's notice. Again, showing that the Novostoyan wardens are not a comedy city guard unit, but are an actual military force. Eventually, you break out into the large, tall spires and ornately decorated houses and shops of the Coinflow district. The shouting and hawking in the market row is nothing compared to the cacophony of noise emitting from the Coinflow district now. In the middle of the day, with everyone and their mother trying to sell whatever it is they can to whoever will buy. Almost like a medieval stock market. Vanya, this scene would be familiar to you. considering you've been here several times before. The Coinflow district's made up of a multitude of narrow streets, all lined with various shops selling anything and everything one could ever desire. Desmond, this to you would be certainly a different atmosphere. Whilst walking through Market Row was busy and chaotic, this is busy but seems to have some semblance of order. Also, considering that just above the various shops and on each street corner there are various gibbets and cages with people who have committed crimes in the Coinflow sat in these cages for all to see, with a wooden plaque hung either over their neck or on the cage itself with an inscription of what crime they committed. You see a man sat with his legs dangling out of a cage with a charlatan written on, another liar, another thief. A few kids run around throwing whatever they can find at these caged prisoners on the corner. Rotten vegetables that have been handed out by some of the market vendors, or the odd cobblestone that's been pried free from the street.
Well, that's pleasant. So, where is your friend James supposed to be at?
Vanya keeping up the act, scared that somebody might see, turn her in.
Well, Desmond, we need to go through here and then over to the left. It's where he set up shop from one of the guys that had the program. But first, I think, we need to ask one of the shops about the hides. Since we're here, right?
That's a good point. Miss Reza did say something about that. So we'll have to have a look around.
So we look around the shops since we're walking through those.
Sorry, I was distracted by the accent there. What exactly is it you're looking for? Just James or something?
Well, the hides first.
Hides. Okay. Both of you roll me. You can either both roll me separate investigation checks, or one of you can roll it with advantage.
I will assist.
Okay. Vanya, roll me an investigation check with advantage then, please. Holy shit. So, again, the Coinflow District's almost like a European town with, there aren't many central roads that run through it apart from the main trade road. But out of that, there is a multitude of spider-like alleys, and each one is just lined from top to bottom with stores. And it takes you a good 10 to 15 minutes of popping your head through each door, looking through windows, seeing what's out on display. And 3 to 4 stalls catch your attention that are selling leather goods, or at least tanned leather. And the pricing for a good quality piece of leather that would be enough to make, a leather breastplate or some form of armor is roughly about 15 to 20 silver in the Coinflow district.
Desmond,
Yes, Gertrude?
you don't think that's a bit high, do you?
It seems like a lot, but I'm sure that prices here are all generally going to be fairly high. People here, they probably have a lot more money than you're used to seeing.
Well, do you think maybe that I should use the money that Reza gave me to buy one of these?
Well, I know you said that you wanted to get a dress or something. However, I will say for the sake of your experiment, maybe getting her what she would need would be reciprocal for the hat, the sleeping cover, and also it might further your experiment.
Hmm. Uh, that's what I was thinking too. Are you good at haggling?
I've never really had to do it before.
Okay, well, I think this is a good teaching moment for you, right?
Certainly.
We can do this together if they get too rough. I'll come in.
Okay then. So try to find because I'm assuming that there's multiple places.
Absolutely.
I am gonna look for the one that looks like they have more surplus than the others, and go test them out like there. And I'll just walk up to like, is it an open stall kind of thing or an actual shop?
The vast majority of things in the Coinflow district are actual shops. If there are any like street vendors, they're usually attached to the shop they're outside of. You don't see many street peddlers trying to hawk their wares. In fact, if anything, you may have seen one person trying to do so. Arrived with a wheelbarrow full of goods, but he was quickly escorted away by men in long brown leather trench coats and wide-brimmed hats. Roll me a quick perception check. Both of you.
Perception.
Vanya saw it. And Desmond, both of you saw it. So, Desmond, you would have seen, in fact, no, you both would have with that, a golden brooch pinned just above the heart on each of these long trench coat wearing one would almost say a private security force, almost like guards, but not like the wardens. And all of their looks were very similar. But these golden brooches they wore above their hearts was that of a golden set of scales with a single sword that ran from the top to bottom through the center of the scale. Vanya, with that crit, you came across them last, not these guys in particular, but you've heard rumors that the Merchant Guild has their own private security detachment that gets rid of nuisances in the Coinflow district on behalf of the wardens and the court.
Okay. She's gonna use telepathic link again to Desmond and say, you can haggle with them, but be very, very careful. We don't want to cause too much of a ruckus. So if they're not willing to come down, I think we would be okay with paying full price.
All right then. Desmond's going to walk up to the. Well, he's going to try to find a piece of leather that seems suitable for someone, erring on the larger side, in case there's any kind of issue, like don't want to end up with too little material.
Sure.
Something that Reza might be able to use, or someone Resin knows might be able to use to make her like an actual piece of hardened leather.
Okay. Well, just very quickly, the store that you find takes you probably another 30 minutes to look through, as you end up going down a few of the smaller alleys to find a store with a surplus of stock, and one does catch your eye, but it's quite a way back into the winding mess of streets of the Coinflow district, and a rather large gentleman is stood outside the stall, or the store even, leaning against the wooden door frame, just watching you as you look over some of the leather scraps and tanned hide that have been draped in front of his shop, silently.
Well, that one looks nice, Desmond.
Well, Desmond will, when he finds a piece that looks good, he'll, walk over to the gentleman at the door. Is this your shop, sir?
Yes, this is indeed. Welcome to the Le Mansca's tanning extraordinaire. There's nothing but the best here of the finest leathers that graced the Northern Stoya, imported from the Black Empire of... Yes, this is my stall.
Well, I should very much like to buy a bit of your wares.
You, little boy,
The man looks over Desmond, sees him in relatively good attire. Am I right in saying?
It's not like upscale, but it's clean and well put together, especially because Vanya's been over it and kind of touched it up a bit. Like, looks kind of like they might be mistaken for like a courier for like the middle class or upper class, but they're probably not of money themselves.
Okay.
So it's just a dark blue jacket that pulls together, and then the breeches are like a not really a cream color, but like a light brown with brown boots to match that come up a bit, like mid calf, and
definitely not out of place.
He's got little gloves. Yeah, not out of place.
Let me just double check with Vanya. Vanya, what are you wearing? Just to refresh our memory.
She's got kind of a like an old lady dress on. It's got like some little frillies on it. It's not it's gonna probably match a little bit of the quality that he has as well. It's not gonna be extremely dirty, but it's gonna be kind of well kept, but not to the point where it's like, oh, she's like one of the rich, well-to-dos. So it's more like you would think that, oh, they work for someone here.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So the man nods and
you take some leather, yes. How much you want to take in bulk?
Well, I was thinking perhaps we get a single large piece, and our employer could see if it will suit their needs, and then we could come back to purchase more at another point.
You see, that's the problem. Many all say, I just wanted the one piece, and then we'll buy some more later. It never happens. But if you're legitimate, then by all means, I'm sure you won't have a problem as signing some sort of business contract for, delivery if it meets your expectations.
Well, I think that the employer would not want me to be signing anything with their authority. We're looking for samples. If it doesn't interest you, we can move on. Sorry to waste your time.
No, yes, of course. I apologize for being a little hasty. Normally, I'm not used to dealing with someone who wants one more. Come in. I'll see what we can do for you.
All right, Desmond will enter the shop behind the guy if he heads in.
He does indeed.
And Vanya will follow.
You step into a dingy, clean, but still somewhat of a small, dingy leatherworking store. It's got that typical leather smell, not the disgusting, rancid chemical of Garnack in Market Row, but the nice, pleasant aroma of decent quality leather.
So it doesn't smell like a piss bath.
Correct. Yes, it's not a piss bath. It's not like someone's took some dead flesh and pissed all over it. Instead, this is quite a that pleasant woody sort of leather smell. But
did Reza piss all over Vanya's hat?
No, it's jump. It's just that's how they used to tan things, like lower class people, especially pot to piss in. Like that's where that comes from. Like they actually tan them in urine.
Oh, I
Yeah.
learned something new today because the ammonia in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's probably piss in that sleeping cover. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Can you see why I've been sort of wording it a certain way? Damn it. Damn it. Spoiled my fun. Anyway, as you step into the store, the merchant sits down behind the counter and takes a small metal canteen, has a brief swig, and then offers it towards Vanya.
A drink later, huh?
No, I need to stay, like where I can see whenever I'm stitching. I'm good.
Well, so you just want a piece of leather then? What sort of size? 10 foot by 10 foot? Or like more of a cow or bison?
Looking for something a bit hardier, and I think if you can show me the 10-foot squares of what you have, that would probably be a good place to start.
Yeah, there's, as with most things, I'm not entirely certain of where these were garnered from, but we just buy it. At a store in the coin flow, we just buy flesh,
and with that, he motions to the side of the store where there's several shelves. Each one has these large, pale leather sheets that have been folded up.
Can we tell the quality on those? Are those still like good quality?
As you take one of these large leather sheets. Now, obviously, a sheet of leather 10 foot by 10 foot is either got to come off of some immensely large beast, or it was assembled together somehow. There are no signs of stitching anywhere on this on these sheets. It just appears to be a block of leather. As for the quality, it's roughly, I would say, on par with what else has been available in the Coinflow district. Certainly better than anything you've seen in Market Row.
Okay. And so Desmond doesn't really have a whole lot of tactile sense, but he's kind of just gonna run his hands over it, and he's trying to gauge a sense of like if it's something he would trust to be like between him and a blade. Just to
Roll me an insight check. You can't really feel a great deal. Leather is leather. And this is, thicker than what you've seen in clothing. You get the impression that it may well be used for armor. But, again, sadly, not 100%.
Not understood. Yeah, 100.
Not
Okay.
your forte.
All right. Gertrude, what do you think of this?
She slaps her hand on it a little bit, just like slaps it to see if it kind of bounces back a little bit, to act like she knows what she's looking at in fabric.
It makes the sound of you slapping ass.
All right, how much for something like this?
Something of that size and quality could easily make perhaps 3, maybe definitely 2. I've been looking at 45 silver pieces, yes.
What did you say?
45 silver. Well, we are looking for just a sample. And
You want something smaller? I mean, I have some offcuts if you want to take them back.
if you can point me in the direction, we'll take a look.
No. If you have a look at the barrel over there, some of the rolls.
Yeah, if you're not using those scraps.
No, there's still things to sell. I mean, not for free, but for you. Anything in that barrel. 15 silver coins, yes.
Okay. Desmond will go over and try to find like just what he feels like is the best out of the bunch.
Okay, easily done. There's a multitude of rolled up sheets of, well, not so much sheets, but scraps of leather in there, and what they would easily be able to make a single leather tunic or a leather breastplate.
Yep. That's the nature of what I'm looking for, is about that size, yeah.
Yeah. You again get the thickest, toughest, and most springy piece of leather you can find out of the barrel.
Well, here we go. This looks like it could. This might suffice. You said 10 silver?
Yes. 15 silver from anything in the barrel.
Let's see. Can I ask why you haven't used it?
Oh.
Well, it's just a slightly smaller cut than most of the things that my suppliers use, so that's why it's been put into the bargain bin. Yes, but it's still, it's still quality leather.
I can tell that it is it is good. It's just that it seems like there's a chance. Well, showing a little bit of consternation. I think perhaps if it's about half or less the size than the other sheet's the same stuff, it seems like it would be less, just it's less material.
So you're saying you want to pay less because there's less material, huh?
That makes
Well,
sense to me.
that does seem to be how that would work. The larger sheets, it's more impressive that there's that much of it together. Can be used for more things. This most likely is just going to be. I don't. I should think if we could we perhaps do 12 silver for this, as I think if I spend any more and it turns out to be too little, our master will probably be quite put out by it. And I don't know if I should be seen back down here again.
That's a pretty logical, convincing argument. And with Vanya, is there anything you wish to add on top of that?
No, she thinks
Alright.
Desmond's doing a really good job.
In that case, Desmond, roll me a persuasion check with advantage. Because that's annoyingly logical.
So,
12. Fine. Yes. Oh, it sat in that damn bag. Yes, of course. That consider it done. No.
The merchant extends a hand towards Desmond.
one moment. Gertrude, do you have the coin and I can carry it?
Yes.
And she hands him the coin.
All right, and he'll give it to the merchant, and there you are, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. And it seems the old lady there is the coin bearer. Brave.
Oh, she is at the moment. She's better with holding on to those kinds of things. But yes.
Smart boy.
I'll roll up the leather as best I can and put it in like basically a bolt. I'll throw it over. It's like, all right. And if our master should be pleased, I will tell them this is the place to go to get all of their further leather needs.
Yes, please do. Please. It's been an absolute pleasure doing business with you. And I
You as well. And
go on, son.
no, thank you very much for your custom. And Desmond's going to get out the door. Not super quickly, but he's looking to kind of be on our way. And the guy did bring up a good point. So he wants to get out of earshot.
The old man follows you to the door and waves you off. A large smile on his face as you do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. For all I know, we just got rinsed, but it's it's like good, Gertrude. He did bring up a good point as we're walking. I think that maybe I should put the purse in the pocket you gave me, so that nothing happens to it.
Fuck!
I think so too. I picked up on him talking about how old and feeble I am.
Yes. And also I am under the impression that maybe, judging from the way he was talking, he sounded like not all of these supplies are originally his. So, but I did not want to insult the man by implying that he is selling stolen goods.
Roll me a fucking perception check.
Perception.
Vanya as well. At the mention of this, both of you would... Bear with me.
Can I
Yeah. Sorry, go on. Go on.
say something? Okay, so Vanya's gonna look around and make sure, you know, like nobody's around because her throat's hurting from doing that voice. And so she's gonna use her regular voice. But she also wants to, maybe they can dart somewhere where no one can see them so that they can inspect the hide for any markings.
Well, it's at this moment as you're glancing around that you notice that there's about 5 individuals who are in a loose group making their way roughly 30 or so paces behind you, giving off the impression that they're just hunters looking to buy, but both of you would notice that every now and again a member from this group would cast a glance in your direction. And this has... No, you wouldn't know. But yeah, you as you wouldn't have noticed them initially, but as you've made your way from the store, at some point from the store to a little further towards the main trade row, this group have worked their way behind you and keep casting somewhat curious glances to both of you.
Yes, as I said, Desmond's going to move, like, because this bolt of leather is kind of sizable. He's going to unfurl it a little bit and create kind of a curtain on the one side of them and just extend his hand behind that.
Okay. Vanya, telepathic?
So you're unrolling it to
Just
create
slightly.
a curtain?
Yeah, like about halfway, just so that there's like a little bit of a drop there, so it can look like... Basically, the idea is he's trying to pass off like he's inspecting the leather. But,
okay.
but yeah, like, just so, you know, he can look at it. Like, we're out here in the open market, like, so it doesn't seem like an out of place thing to do.
So Vanya, while we're doing that and looking like we're inspecting it, she's gonna say, I think we probably need to move to like where there's more people, because I think that we're being followed.
I think you're right.
Yeah, and so she's also gonna do a quick inspection of the leather to see if there's any markings, since we got the sense that it was possibly stolen.
Roll me a quick investigation check. With what's currently on show, with this small, almost curtain-like drop down, there are no identifying marks. But again, bear in mind, it's a 10-foot by 10-foot square of leather. Unless you unravel the entire thing out somewhere and pour over it. But no, at a very quick glance, there are no identifying marks.
Okay. She's gonna, as they continue to like roll it up and walk, she's gonna continue with her telepathic link, telling Desmond, whenever we head back to the gates, we may want to thoroughly check this in the event that they want to check the goods whenever we leave, if it might have been reported stolen.
I think that you might be onto something there, and he's just kind of murmuring this because he doesn't know how to, you know, do the telepathy thing. But it's like, I think you could be right, but we'll deal with that once we get back to the gate, I think. And but those men you mentioned are probably after your coin purse.
Oh, do we have anything that we could potentially just like make it look like I accidentally dropped?
Well, if you hand me the coin purse, I could put it in my pocket and empty mine and hand you back mine.
Oh, okay. And let's. Are we gonna do this while the curtain's still kind of down where they can't see us?
That's why I kind of unveiled it.
Oh, so smart. It took me a little bit to get there. Yes, we will do that.
So, if I get the coin pouch, I'm just going to put that in the pocket, but then pull out the one that I have and kind of give it a jingle, like look in, and then hand it back to her like it's the same bag. And all right, I think we should be good. I think we made a good purchase. And I'll say that a little bit louder.
Okay.
Looks good. And she's going to take this coin purse, because I don't know how big it is, but just kind of loosely put it around like her right hand's wrist so that it would be like easily, how do I say, easily like snatchable.
Okay. I'm gonna call a quick be right back there.
Yeah, I'm drowned in too.
We'll be right back, chat, while the DM goes and stomps his feet out of sight.
Doesn't like getting foiled by the kid.
I'm gonna take a quick BRB. Right, I've returned.
Fast as fuck, boy.
This is fuck boy.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Oh. Come on, stream PC. Let me click the old button. There we go. Ha! It's too warm. It's too warm today. And we're just waiting on Vanya.
I believe so.
All right, well. Yeah, so, mental checklist. Coin pouch is in the pocket that you literally just gave me in like an hour before this.
Fuck you.
And Desmond's going to start, has the bolt of hide under one arm, which is probably comical to look at because
Yep.
he's only 3 feet tall. And the other hand is going to be just, he's going to start carrying his satchel around by the neck. So it's like, it just looks like he's carrying a pouch or something, but
Okay.
not coming out the bottom of his hand like you'd expect, but like overhand.
Yeah.
And he's just walking around clutching that like that.
Okay. What's the plan next in regards to direction or intent?
Intent from Desmond is going to be get back to the people and then get Vanya to James. And he's just going to keep an eye out for anybody who might be following them.
That's the same intent that Vanya has
Yeah.
too. She's trying to get to like where there's a big crowd, but headed in the direction of where James is supposed to be officing.
Okay. So as you begin to make your way through the winding, narrow streets, eventually the street seems to open up to the size that would allow 3 or 4 carriages to pass through, and immediately you're aware that you've reached Trade Row, which is the main street through the Coinflow district. And it's here that you would also notice that this group seem to, whilst slowly making their way closer to you, upon you reaching a more populated area, they seem to disperse. 2 of them go one direction, 3 go in another.
Okay. I'm going to keep an eye out even still because I think that like his animal instinct is that these things are, that they're just like splitting up and they're going to try something later. So he's got that in his mind, but he's just going to stick with Vanya. So we should probably be off to the Jameses.
Mm-hmm. And we'll continue on just keeping a lookout.
As you follow Trade Row through the Coinflow district, eventually you reach... in fact, let me double check and see if... Yeah. I'll bring us to the map of Novostoya. So we've got a little bit more of an idea. So, yeah, in a nutshell, you basically went through... I was right, the Obsidian Gate. Went through the Obsidian Gate into the Coinflow district. Follow the main road round, and eventually you get... in fact, let me put in a little pin for where this stall is. Just so we've got... an idea for the future if we need it. Okay, so basically you hit Trade Row, follow it down southeast until eventually reaching the crossroads where you originally left James, which would be this little place here, James's stall. And if you can't see the pins, click on the little journal notes on the left hand side, and that'll bring the map pins up. So if you ever do need a reminder of names of stuff, it should all be there. Now, Vanya, can you remember how you left James?
So I can't remember the name of the person, but how I had left James was we had convinced this wealthy to-do businessman to engage in our program, and he was completely bought in, and he had some extra room in his business where we took up shop.
You are correct. As you look off of the junction of of Trade Row and see the store that's what 3 weeks ago? Maybe probably longer than that, actually. It's been longer.
Yeah, it's been quite a while. James has
probably
been left to his own.
Yeah, it's probably been about a month. You see that the store is boarded up. A large wooden sign hangs from the door. And in blood red painted writing reads, "Bankrupt."
Well, that's why you haven't heard from him.
Yeah, she's gonna in her normal voice now. She's just kind of whispering to him. Oh no, that's concerning. But maybe I taught James well.
Dan Morval,
He
thank you for the
maybe
follow.
set up
Welcome in. I'll catch you in a second.
somewhere else. He may have found another wealthy businessman,
And-
right? So
And it is in that moment you hear a cry from above your heads. Ah! Ah! Hello? Hello? Is there...
James!
Have you got any food? Wait. Vanya, is that you? Is that you?
James, come down here.
Is he in a gibbet?
He is indeed in a gibbet. Very quickly, Purity 72. The city map is the city of Novostoya that we're using for our Grim Hollow campaign. I'll show it off a little later. But so hanging from this cage above the bankrupted store is the somewhat tousled and emaciated visage of James. His feet are hanging through bars, his arms also hanging out of the side, and he's looking down. Various smears cover his body from rotten vegetable that's been thrown up towards him. I thought you'd abandoned me. Oh, it's so good to see you.
Vanya looks at Desmond, and then she realizes, since he's kind of in a cage, she's not really certain what he has told anyone. So she goes back to her old ladiness. It's like,
James? Is that what you said your name was?
You're in the
Was
cage,
James?
shut your mouth! Quiet down, you fucking criminal scum!
And at that, you see one of the wardens at the sides of the junction just immediately start marching over the streets. Pike over shoulder, pointing up towards James.
Solution, give me 1 second.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, welcome in, Flipboard and Purity72. Welcome in. Again, Dan Wolf RP, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. We'll take this moment to have a brief breather before this potentially goes south. But yeah, we've all put a lot of time and effort into hopefully making this look as aesthetically pleasing as possible.
Production value, chef's kiss.
Mwah, thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome back. So, yeah, you just had to go.
Shut your fucking mouth, scum. And you.
The finger, gauntleted metal finger points towards Vanya.
You, old lady. Don't talk to him. If you're going to talk to him, you're going to want one of these, yeah?
And he takes out a what can only be described as a small lead ball, probably around about 2 or 3 inches in diameter, and he hands it towards Vanya.
Go on. You know what? If you can...
And the guard just points up towards James, puts a plated arm around Vanya's shoulder.
If you can smack that criminal shite bag up there with this ball, well, with your frail little arms, I'll give you a gold coin.
Can I also have him?
Have him?
The guard just... his arm retracts and he looks down at the disguised old woman of Vanya with an arched brow.
Fucking hell, you're... I mean, what, you want to buy him?
I could use some additional help.
Well, it's not for me to decide who owes money to the Merchant Guild. Might want to go and have a chat with those fucking greedy goblin bastards over there, and they might. I mean, I'm sure if you throw some coin at them, they'll take it. Because he ain't got shit, have you? No.
Just James in the cage like, no, I made a mistake. I made a mistake, Vanya.
I'll do is the gold coin still on the table?
The guard just grins. This wicked smirk creeps up at the side of his lips.
Well, if you can twat him with an iron ball, then by all means, coin's your own.
All right, well.
No.
While this is going on, can we
Go
see
on.
what the sign says in the meantime? While she's getting
Absolutely.
the...
Yeah. So the sign that's hung up on the door to the establishment, instead with the large red letters that just initially states bankrupt. As you get closer and begin to read through, it appears that there's a list of dues that this store owe, and it goes from illegal selling of goods and hawking of wares openly, because just off to the side is not familiar to you, Desmond, but to Vanya. One thing you forgot to mention, Vanya, when you first came to the Coinflow district, you came with a little stand, did you not?
Yes, we did, and we
Yes.
did not have a certificate to be
That's
able
correct.
to be here. And
That
that's
is
why we
indeed
moved into the
correct.
business to hide.
Yes. It seems James didn't learn his lesson and continued to try and hawk his wares from a stand in the middle of the street, which under the Merchant Guild laws and rules is illegal. So, in a nutshell, James has been caged outside the bankrupted business, and the proprietor of the store, Desmond, you would just see at the bottom, etched, execution.
Well,
Oh no.
so there's a lot going on in Desmond's head. He's thinking, this is the person who's coming to see. He's going to expose her, etc. He looks pretty feeble.
I will catch up in a minute, chat. Just bear with me.
He's bad off.
Yeah.
I bet I can hit him, sir.
You.
The guard turns to the form of this small child.
Over there. What, you think you can hit him with an iron bow?
Yeah,
Oh yes,
let
just
him
like
do
tossing a
it.
ball.
Yeah, if a child like you can hit him all the way up there on the 3rd story of that, whoa. I'll double it. I'll give you 2 fucking gold coins. But there's obviously got to be something in this for me, has there not?
Well, sir, all I have for coin, I think my name is a mere 2 silvers.
Do I look like the sort of man who needs coin? I'm the one here offering you gold fucking pieces. No.
You want a kiss?
Roll me a
Constitution
persuasion.
saving
Roll me a persuasion check. Oh, for fuck's sake! the guard with an arched brow looks. So, just for those who have joined in recently, obviously Vanya looks to be quite a a rather beautiful young woman at the moment. She is currently disguised. How does Vanya look at this moment in time? Just to remind everyone, please, Vanya.
She's an older lady, doesn't. She hasn't taken very good care of herself, kind of weathered skin, and it is a little bit droopy and wrinkled, and she appears to have no teeth at all, and I mean, her hair is well done, kind of braided in the back, and it's just kind of got clothes that are, like we had talked about before, that are would be of somebody that would be employed in the coin flow, but is not really something that that a young guard probably would fancy. But I don't kink shame.
Well, funnily enough, this guard is well into that, and he arches a brow beneath the steel helmet.
Alright. And how about perhaps when you are, when I'm off duty later, hey, you could pay me in other ways.
I can't stay past a certain time because I don't live in the coin flow. I can give you a kiss now, maybe with a little tongue, and we can call it good.
Are there any children in the stream? It's your audience is only here, kids.
It's just a kiss, guys.
Immediately, the guard just turns to Desmond, points a gauntleted finger towards him.
All right.
The intent, the fierce intent in this guard's eye toward Desmond.
If you can hit that twat up there in that iron cage with this little ball, you get 2 gold coins, right? If you miss,
And he just thumbs over his shoulder towards Vanya.
Yeah, you understand, right?
Oh, I understand.
She licks her lips at him.
Oh, no! Desmond, over to you.
Okay, so the thought process for Desmond is this guy's a loose end, and he's endangering her and thus the rest of them. He is going to legitimately try to kill this motherfucker with the iron ball.
I love it. I love it.
He's gonna kill my
He's going to attempt to. He's aiming to kill.
All right.
If he can. He's going to do everything he can to try to end this guy.
All right. I would say this is going to be a straight up athletics check just for you to yeet this 2-inch iron ball at James.
Okay, so he does have athletics, which is good for this. So Desmond is going to, like, the way that he's going to set this up is he's going to set the bolt of cloth down. He's going to set everything down.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to take his hat off even so that doesn't get in the way.
Yeah.
He's going to take this iron ball and he's going to put it in just like Olympic shot, put in like a thrower, and he's going to just spin. He's going to try to get as much centrifugal force as possible, and he's going to just hitch it as hard as he can.
All right.
And
oh no!
Oof.
As Desmond leans in and launches this 2-inch iron ball towards James. Who wants to roll the twist of fate? Desmond or Vanya?
I already did the attack roll. She can get the twist of fate.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Oh no!
No pressure. Oh no!
Let's roll it again.
No takesy backsies. As this ball is launched high up, it cracks James just above the temple. A sickening crack echoes momentarily across the junction of Trade Row, and all of a sudden James just goes "Ah!" and crumples limp in the cage above. The guard stood there looking, sees this, eyes wide. Well,
I didn't know I had it in me.
Vanya's
yeah.
just like there with her hands, like both hands over her mouth, just like.
Begrudgingly, the guard reaches into his pouch, takes out 2 true gold coins, and just flicks them to the ground in front of Desmond.
Desmond will scoop him up. It's not a big
Yeah.
stretch, so he's gonna do that. And real quick, he's gonna move over towards Gertrude and say, just give him a little kiss as a consolation prize. It might be good to know later if he's shelling out gold coins.
She's still a little shaken about James being dead, but she's just-
Hearing this, the guy's like, "Oh,
Do I get a kiss as well?
Come here, big boy.
All right, then.
and with that, the guard scoops Gertrude up, plants a sloppy smacker on her lips before dropping her down to the ground. His mood immediately improving. No worries, Caleb, we'll give you a second. Oh, just gone completely. Go on, jump.
Also, it was a very good kiss. We've had some individuals following us. Is there anything that you could do about that?
Well, for you we got some ruffians following you, have you, sweetheart? Well, what do they look like?
Desmond, do you...
I think Desmond.
You're
Oh, no,
just now.
Is that basically? Yeah, sorry, go on. Desmond lost audio for a moment. Say it
Oh,
again,
he
sorry,
did.
Vanya.
Desmond, do you remember what our followers look like?
Well, they look just like anybody else, really, but they came from, I can't recall where they came from. But there were quite a few of them.
Yeah, was there any... Because he's going to help us, Desmond.
Well, I think that he's helping us by doing a fine job at the gate here and guarding the city. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone will be following us from this point because he's here.
Oh,
Well, and do you remember any sort of clothes that they were wearing?
There was nothing
Well-
very descriptive about them.
All right, no, that's fair. Well, in that case, then,
And the warden hoists his pike over his shoulder. Consider me your escort for the next hour or so. Where do you want to go?
Well, I believe that Gertrude had to get back out of the quarter. Unless there was something else that I'm forgetting.
No, I think you're totally right, Desmond. I think it's time to go. We needed to get this so that we could take it back and put this together for our employer.
The crackling in your voice breaks my heart, Jump. Stop it.
And so she's going to allow him to escort them, but so she had plans of kind of looking around, but she'll do this the next time that they go. But
Sure.
As they're walking out, she wants to look to see if she sees anybody that would be from possibly where she's from, to like identify some point places to make some connections.
Roll me an Arcana check. So on the way out of the Coinflow district, bear in mind at this point there's yourself, Desmond, and then you've got this large armored warden escorting you. You would notice a brief flicker from one of the alleys. That is I'll DM you, just to not give it away,
Okay.
and then I'll let you. Yeah, but you would feel a slight pull in a direction to one of the alleys. But I'll get in. We'll get together and I'll explain what that is.
Okay, perfect.
But there's definitely something that grabs your attention on the way out, and as you begin to get closer to the gate, the warden, who at this point would gave you his name of Antonio, approaches the guards at the obsidian gate, and you just see him talking to the gate guard, and he points in your direction. The gate guards nod, smirk towards Antonio. He punches one of them, gives them the finger, and then comes back to you. Hey, if you ever get issues getting in here, and by the way, he's stood in front of Gertrude at this point. If you ever have any issues getting into, just say you know Antonio, yeah, and that you're. They'll know. They'll know.
She's gonna smile a toothless smile and tiptoe up and give him one more peck on the lips, and then turns around to leave.
And with that, stepping through the obsidian gate, you begin to make your way through the lower streets and eventually find yourself back at the Baron's Folly.
Could we go back past Thomas to see if he was there?
He wasn't.
Well, I know he wasn't there the first time.
On the way
but
back,
is he-
yes.
Yeah.
No, he
He's
wasn't.
still
He
not
wasn't. He's still not there. But that, as you get back to the Baron's Folly, open the door and step inside. There is Cypher, Reza, Garrett, and Thomas Bebect sat at the table. And we'll pick this up next week. Oh. Any closing comments?
That
Questions?
was fucking amazing. I can't believe Scott just fucking murdered James.
Hard.
I've been muted to stop from laughing about it.
I also love that he anticipated having a faux pouch of money. Like, that was awesome. But yes, you killed James.
I'd do it again.
It's probably good though, because like he would have caused all kinds of problems. You're right.
You know what? Garrett's gonna be so happy I went with you.
My face hurts. I've been smiling that
Oh
much.
my god, I was not expecting that.
They're so proud of you right now, Scub.
You know, you sent the little sociopathic doll monster with the lady, like, he will make the hard decisions.
And you came back with 2 gold. I mean,
That's right.
oh. That wasn't from my side business, so we don't have to tell Garrett about that.
Yeah, well, we'll handle that next time.
I can't believe it. Genuinely was not. I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that. So, don't, Smith, don't. My dice hate me. Anything further, ladies and gentlemen?
I don't think so.
In that case, then, I guess it's the usual sign-off.
Goodbye, chat.
Bye, chat.
Hey, chat.
See you next time on Pariahs.
Oh my fucking god! Well, that was a thing. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, episode 25 of Pariahs. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. All right, I'm going to take a brief moment just to quickly scroll up and have a quick catch up on the chat. So yeah, sorry about that for not being able to reply straight in the bay, straight away even. Yeah, so Flipbot, I do a lot of animated stuff for my for work. So this is kind of, you know, one of the extras that I thought would help bring things alive, and it looks good. It looks good. Again, a lot of work came into it. Also, Ipiti Duca. I apologise if I butchered that name, but hello, welcome in. So yeah, that's a grisly end to one of Vanya's beloved servants. On that, I'm going to flick us over to the end screen and we will find someone to raid. So everyone, once again, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. A twist I don't think any of us saw coming. And with that, I hope to see you all next Sunday at the same time for more Pariahs. With that, ta-ta for now. Goodbye.